Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. So I know you guys are probably waking up this morning and you're like swimming in the blood. Like blood is in the streets. It has come into the house, and now you are literally like floating in the fear. But I hope you guys aren't waking up like that. Really, there's no reason to worry. There's absolutely no reason to worry. We could even go to 86,000, guys. We could go to 86,000 right here, okay? And we would still be okay. Now, you're asking yourself, how? How, Dano, are we going to be okay if we go down this low? Altcoins are going to get smashed. Everyone's going to get liquidated. The bears will just be celebrating in the streets, literally getting into everyone's picnic baskets and eating the food, the potato salad, the egg salad, all of the things that you just fixed for today's picnic. Well, I'm going to tell you guys that the bears don't get to party for too long. There are reasons for this. Now, if you study what the halving years actually do and what happens in Januaries on these halving years, well, we get volatility. So we get some pretty decent volatility, which actually January in the beginning historically hasn't really been super bullish in the beginning of the January. So what we end up having is a nice drop. Like in 2021, the most recent post-halving year, Bitcoin fell more than 25% from over $40,000 to just above 30 by the end of the month, and then skyrocketed 130% to new all-time highs to 69,000. Now, we did reveal this in one of our charts where we showed you guys, look, this is what happened in one of the halving years, post-halving year in 2021. We had a consolidation, we bottomed, and then from there went up 130%. And then in 2017, which was the year post-halving year of the 2016, Bitcoin slumped 30%, falling from $1,130 to $784. Then from there, bottomed, surged 2,400% that year, culminating in an all-time high of $20,000 by December. Now, this is very interesting because if we do the same type of consolidation from where we're sitting at right now, where it's January 13th, we have up until basically, the end of the month where we're going to start seeing true massive volatility to the upside with Bitcoin. Now, your question is like, where are we going to basically bottom from January? There's a lot of people calling for this 88,000, 86,000. We got a CME gap that has formed and had been formed in this area. We have it circled so you guys can actually see where it's at. It is down here. It's in this area. It's nasty, nasty gap. And if that's what you guys are looking at as a price point, it could potentially get there. Now, I'm more on the side of it bouncing probably from this 89 to 88, $86,000 level, because every time we've basically gone down into this support level of 91, we've been able to bounce. And so we've bounced right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now. Now, if we can actually get a sixth bounce and we start to go and complete this pattern here, then it can bring us back up into the 100K ranges and we will be all gravy. But I think that we just have to give the market some time. We still have this month of volatility. And like I said before, on these Januaries, now we'll go real quick to the January that I just mentioned about 2021. So we'll go here, kind of give it data load a little bit here. All right, so look at what happened in 2020 and 2021 as well. So we had 2020 as the COVID year. We have December here. Now look at what happened in January. In 2020, we had this big consolidation down, and then we had 2020 here. Let's go right here. Let's go here. Okay, here it is. All right, so we had COVID time, 2020 COVID. Even out of that, even out of that, we still had a pump from January because March was kind of when it all started to happen. The lockdown happened. And then even through here, even on this January, we were able to still go up a good 50%. But then we're going to use this as an example, even just coming out of COVID. We bottomed in March and then pumped a good, like the chart said, or like the article said, up about a good 2,000% from that bottom. Now, what's so interesting is if you go now to the other January that we mentioned here in the halving year, you go here, and January here, we had a little bit of consolidation, went down a little bit. You can see that it was a little volatile. You can see, look, January 12th. Look at this. And 13th, look at that drop. Oh my God. See, guys, look, see, when you go into previous data, you can really see how these markets don't rhyme or repeat exactly, but they rhyme a little bit. Look at this. Look at this. Same day. Almost the exact same day, just a little bit later, we had this big red candle going to the downside in the beginning of about the middle of January, and then look what happens after all of that volatility and the shakeouts happen with the chart. We got a pump up to here, and that wasn't even the stopping point. So you see, look, bottom here, January 16th. And then we went up 120% to go to about 780, about 720, almost $800 per Bitcoin. But if you were to take it from that point and then actually go up to the peak of where the banana zone, where you get the actual bull run, look at how much it went up. So you go from here, go from that point, January, bottom right here, towards the end, and we went up 6,000%. Insane, guys. 6,000% from this January. So the point that I'm trying to make here, guys, is you do not need to be fearful right now. You need to be excited, because this, my friends, is the point where the market is going to try and shake you out. It's going to make you think it's over. And look, it's the same damn thing that happened the last Januaries in the halving years. So I'm not going to get fooled. I will actually look at this and say, wow, this is amazing. We from here have, if we're going to go by historical data, we have some room to grow. We got some massive room to grow, guys. So I just would say, do not be fearful. Look at the previous cycles, study the previous cycles and what it did, and how even after a year after the halving, we saw some of the peak prices. And it usually takes about 530 days after the halving for us to see the peak prices. And if we go onto the chart and look from where we had that last halving, was at April, and you can just see that we still have some time to go across the chart. And we go from here, April, go across, go to, go 500, 20 days out from that point. We're going to be in August and September. That's when I think we're going to be seeing some of the peak prices for this market. And I think you guys have, honestly, nothing to worry about. I'm willing to be wrong, but I am betting on the fact that I'm not going to be wrong. Because if we can just go by those previous data points, there's a good chance that we'll be in this range when it comes towards the third quarter of 2025. So guys, take this video with a grain of salt, but at the same time, don't be fearful. When there's blood in the streets, it's actually a good time to be super bullish and just have your strategy in order. Know that we have some time left, and stack sats, and I'll see you on the live stream. Peace out.